Yeah. Finally. If we actually touch these little glowing orbs, which, hello? There we go. It heals us. It's essentially like extra fairy. They're pretty useful. And they're a nice way of actually getting around certain areas. Now that I'm getting farther in the game, they are a little bit, they help a little bit more, to say the least. But yes, hey guys, welcome back to Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the 3DS Switch. Got healed, and now I get a spare room to go into. Hi! How about I do something a little bit more useful? I want to equip the fire arrows, please. That way I can just shoot them like so. Like so. All right then, how about? Sometimes things just don't make sense. Like you would think that you can just use that and call it a day, but nope. All right. It's gonna be a fun time going through the next half of the Shadow Temple. But not that big of a deal. As I said before, these look bombable, so how about I make nice use of said bombs. And grab that hidden chest, which isn't really that hidden. Which gives us a small key that we actually need to proceed anyway, so yeah. All right, and now we actually get to see the fairy in like actual glory. The fairy to the underworld that they were talking about earlier, which if we move this block, we can actually use it to get back to the other areas if we so chose. Which in this case, I am going to do just so I have access to the block being where I want it to be, because I am going to need it anyway to reach this ladder over here, because clearly the tracks on the ground want me to push it over here. Oh boy. Pushing. It would have been funny if they made the hover boots not, like, since they don't have any traction, you would think that would be like, oh, but you actually can't move to do any of that since you're using the hover boots. I'm going to play a song here. Or not. Do I have to be up here for it? So I can kind of see it better? There we go. Thank you, Navi, for going over there now. There we go. And that gives us access to over here for this golden sculptula. That was a horizontal slash towards something that should not have been able to hit it. But okay. I'll let that one slide. Just like I did into that wall. All right. So we have a ginormous fairy here with what looks to be a symbol that we should play a certain song on it, because that's how these things work. And this fairy doesn't really have far to go. As you can tell, the next room is literally right over there. But this thing will take its sweet time in getting us to where it needs to go. So we just move very slowly and kind of just get caught in this hallway. Because technically we're not actually moving into the next room yet. We still have this, which kind of just takes a while to get through. Which you would think would be hard, but it's actually not. Oh, because I had the big bronze sword. You can, there we go. Bye-bye. Honestly, it just takes so long to get over here because they kind of want you to be fighting them for a little bit longer, but it's not that hard to deal with. All right, looks like we're about at our stop. The ship is sinking. Abandoned ship. Get to a safe platform. That's sinking, all right. It just goes boop straight down. And we are over here now. So we need to actually go to the only place we can go, which is right over here. Which leads us into a room with 2 visible hands and a bunch of pathways. But, of course, with all things, it's not that simple. We have 3 rooms you can go into over here, so I'm gonna make the most of it and just head towards the ones I can, which in this case, the first one will be right here. Well, that looks like it could be a bad sign. As you can tell, they give you magic for a very specific reason. You need Din's fire in this dungeon, so let's make use of it. Oh, hey, there's 2 of them. I'm gonna get you first, and then I'm gonna go over here and get you. And grab the boss key. All right, and now we'll just grab this little mini chest over here, which could only be something pretty useless, like bomb shoes or something. Ah, it's a blue rupee. Ah, that's even more useless. All right, so we're pretty much kind of all set. We don't have to actually venture into these other rooms if we don't have to, or don't want to anyway, but we might as well. See what's in store in each one of these. All right, so we got a big, unnecessary little puzzle going on over here, and one of you. Thank you. And we could use bomb shoes, or we could just use our own bombs. All right, so all that really gave us is just a ton of rupees to mess with, but it's not really that good of a reward, honestly. We really kinda got everything we needed. So, yeah, let's go. All right, let's head to the last one, which is over in that direction, and you need to go bye-bye. Like I said, go bye-bye, please. Oh yeah, I'm using Lens of Truth, which makes it so you can't actually use the spin attack. All right, so what are we dealing with in here? We're dealing with a floor master, yep. Good job. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I wanted to make myself be able to see it. Excuse me? There we go. That's 1, 2, 3. All right, final chest of the dungeon. Let's open it up. All right, let's check our map here. We do have all the golden sculptulas this time around, unlike the water temple, where I had to go back and try to find it. So we are good. Good enough to head straight to the boss. So, let's do that. All right, so in order to actually get over there, you notice that this one is kind of broken, right? You see, like, well, okay, so this one's broken. Why don't I break that one over there? Get some arrows and nothing. So, arrows. How about we make use of the fire arrow in order to blow those up? I'm glad that didn't knock me in the face because that would have been hilarious. All right. So now we can cross this very unconventional platform. And it looks like we can play the Song of Time there and there in order to get a bunch of hearts. It's not really that worth it. Especially when you could just break that and I'm pretty much set. So let's head into the next room and see what we're dealing with in here. A giant pathway of a lot of stuff. So how about we do that? And I'm gonna put on the hover boots again so I don't do any rather unnecessary jumps. So we do that. Can't really get over that way properly, and that way looks pretty good. So how about we do this? Okay, and lastly this. I'm glad it stops us right before the giant hole in the ground because that would have been bad. So let's fall right on in, shall we? The Phantom Shadow Beast, Bongo Bongo. So we can see his hands, no problem. Bongo Bongo, boss of the Shadow Temple, revived from the well. Look at it with the eye of truth. So if we want to see this thing naturally, we need this to actually see. But also we need something that we could actually hit it with. So how about some arrows? Some arrows, please. And we'll just do it on the standard arrows because we're good there. Okay. Ow. Let me actually prepare this time and shoot your hands. Aim at the other one. Thank you, Link. Thank you for that. Whee! Okay, now I'm in the little goopy goop. All right, that was terrible. Climb up. All right, so let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. There we go. And now we can aim at it properly. That's what I wanted you to do earlier. And you, thank you. I know you just wanted to play the drums in this weird shadow layer of weird darkness, shadowiness, and stuff, but yeah, we gotta put you down. Sorry, bud. Who knows what your drum playing would have actually summoned. So, let's grab this. Get ourselves 18 hearts. 2 more to go. The boy with the noble Zelda's Ocarina. As I expected, you have come. I am Mimpa, one of the Sheikah. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker, and I'm also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. We Sheikah have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants. However, on that day 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target is one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When I last saw you, as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. There's nothing to worry about. The princess is safe now. Soon, you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she will explain everything. That is when we, the 6 sages, will seal the evil king and return peace to Hyrule. I had to stay here. You go to Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. Now, I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. You have received the Shadow Medallion. Impa awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. Please look out for the princess. So yes, I'm not sure if you noticed, but during the cutscene, actually I'll pull it up this way, you'll be able to tell this way. If we look in our gear screen here, we have a blank spot and then the Shadow Medallion. As you can tell, this blank spot is totally possible to do these in any order we so choose. Technically this is the last one because we don't really necessarily need the hover boots for the next dungeon, they are just kind of useful to have. So you can just do them in any order you choose. But pretty much once you beat the Water Temple, you get access to the Shadow Temple, like the moment you head into Kakariko Village. So it makes sense to do that one first. But in terms of the order of which you should do them in, it doesn't really matter. It just they just had it set up in that interface that way for the longest time. So there's really no set order you should do these dungeons. Honestly, I do them in a completely different order anyway, so technically, it doesn't really matter. But yes, we have one more area to go, Gerudo Valley and Gerudo's Fortress. It's gonna take me some time to do those, so I might be able to get them done in the same pattern of do an episode, get into the dungeon, do an episode, get into the dungeon. But Gerudo Valley and Gerudo's Fortress do take some time to do, so it will be maybe one or two. But we'll head straight there. There's nothing really else for me to do in the meantime, so on the next episode of Azure Plays, more Ocarina of Time for the 3DS, we're gonna head straight to Gerudo's Valley. See you all then.